today I want to show you how to grow butterfly pea. Now this one can be a little bit tricky to germinate, so I'm going to give you lots of detailed instruction on how to get them to pop. Okay, just a quick about butterfly pea. Its Latin name is Clitoria ternatea. It is a true legume, so it has nitrogen fixing properties. It is very cold sensitive, so we're not going to mess with this plant until all chance of frost has passed. We're going to be very protective as it really doesn't like frost. It is mostly grown as an annual in the US, although if you grow in zones 9 and 10, it can grow as a perennial. It's just super frost tender. Butterfly pea is native across Asia, mostly South and Southeast Asia. It is a very tropical crop. You will notice it really does not like the cold, and it thrives in heat. It's also quite drought tolerant. We're going to be careful not to let the plants dry out when they're becoming established. Butterfly pea is possibly the ultimate edible ornamental because it's a really beautiful vine. It sets these gorgeous blue flowers, but these flowers have an incredibly potent medicinal quality to them. They make a beautiful blue tea that is stronger than chamomile in its calming properties, and it really helps to induce a good calm night's sleep. And it's a beautiful vine to grow. It's one of my favorite crops of all time. We really want to remember how much they adore heat and humidity. Northern growers are going to have to invest in a heat mat or find some extremely warm place because their ideal germination temperature is between 78 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And they really won't germinate, or they'll germinate extremely slowly and have a higher chance of germination failure if you don't reach those temperatures. They also really like humidity, so if you're someone who's growing in a house with wood stove running, or if you just happen to have a dry house, a humidity dome can help. Now, if you're a northern grower, you're going to start your butterfly pea seeds indoors about anywhere between 8 and 12 weeks before the last frost because you really want to get a jump on the season. Butterfly pea matures over a fairly long season and they really demand lots of heat. So if you're a super southern grower like Georgia, Florida, Southern California, you could direct sow your butterfly pea seeds, but I do find that they grow best when they're started in a tray and transplanted out. Just be careful with transplanting. Now, days to germination can really vary depending on where you are, the conditions, and even how the seed itself matured its seed coat. So it can range between 7 days and 28 days. It can take quite a long time if the seeds are too cold. Seed planting depth should be about a ½ inch. These little peas, they look like just any other seed that would be pretty easy to germinate, but they have a pretty hard seed coat. And so there are a few tricks and tips that we can try to break down that seed coat and get the seed germinating faster. I also recommend that you try 2 different germination methods. I suggest that you try some of your seeds directly sown into your tray, and as I said, very, very warm soil, and that you try some other seeds where you experiment with nicking the seed coat and soaking the seeds in warm water for 24 hours prior to planting. If you let your blooms fade on the plant, you're going to get these little pods. Word of caution, do not eat these pods. These are not edible. They may even be poisonous. We just eat them for their flowers, okay? Now, you can let these pods dry on the plant and you can do your own seed saving. They're actually very easy for seed saving. You just pull the fully dried pods off the plant, put them in a sealed glass container, keep them cool and dry, and they will last for years for you. So that's it. It's that easy, and you've got gorgeous butterfly peas. They grow in a tropical zone, so you want to make sure that you're growing them during the very hottest part of your year and allowing them just as much sunlight and water. They can take tons of heat, tons of humidity. The one thing they really can't take is cold. So once you've got them to germinate, just make sure that they don't get exposed to any cool weather below 50 degrees, and they're going to sing.